The heartbeat stops. The world doesn't fade to black. It tilts. You open your eyes to a red moon hanging over a river that makes no sound. The sky stitched with mist like torn silk. Fallen pillars line the shore, each carved with names that seem to breathe in the cold. One of them is yours. You try to speak, but the air tastes like iron and incense, and somewhere behind you something exhales, as if the darkness itself has lungs. In the West, we promise ourselves soft endings, light at the end of a tunnel, a voice that says, "Welcome home." In ancient China, the afterlife begins with administration and awe. Gates, judges, registers as tall as men, and punishments that look less like cruelty and more like a moral machine turning. The dead aren't abandoned here. They're processed, measured, corrected. Mercy exists, but it belongs to the living. Down here, balance comes first. Walk with me. We'll descend through 10 terrifying levels drawn from tales of Diyu, China's hells, and see what each sin costs. Keep your wits. The final court decides everything. And as we move, answer quietly. If every act in your life were weighed in a lantern's light, would you survive judgment? 10. The Bridge of Forgetting. Meng Po's bowl. They march you toward a narrow stone span, arcing over bottomless fog. At its end stands Meng Po, the Lady of Forgetfulness, holding a steaming bowl. One sip and memory dissolves. Lovers, children, victories, the secret mistakes you've folded, flat and hidden for years. Most souls drink. It's easier to leave when you no longer know what you're leaving behind. But some resist. They clutch names like talismans, refuse the bowl, and stagger forward fully awake. They see what the others don't. Pale clerks dipping brushes into ink that gleams like moonlight. Demons in bronze masks, tightening chains. 1,000 sealed scrolls opening themselves like wings. Awareness is a gift and a curse. Down here, knowledge sharpens pain the way frost sharpens thorns. You step from the bridge, and the mist folds shut behind you. If forgetting is the mercy you were offered and declined, truth is what you get instead. Ahead, a surface ripples like water and hardens into glass. It isn't a mirror to show you your face. It's a mirror to show you yourself. Which is worse? 9. The Mirror of Retribution. The mirror rises, taller than gates, and the glass runs with scenes from your life. Clean, clinical, merciless. Not the moments you post or the stories you tell, but the times you looked away. The laughs that cut a little too deep. The favor you withheld because it felt good to withhold it. Your name is chanted softly by unseen clerks, like a verdict read one syllable at a time. Some souls crack under this long replay. They beg to go back, to patch a single word in a single fight, to return one coin, to make one call. But the mirror doesn't negotiate. It documents. Tears slide without sound. The worst punishment isn't what it shows. It's that you can't interrupt. You'll notice the kindnesses, too. They're here as well, bright as lanterns. But down here, brightness is evidence, not absolution. When the glass finally stills, robed officials step from the mist. They've seen enough to assign direction. 2 doors open. One returns the rarest souls upward toward a gentler judgment. The other swings inward, exhaling heat that smells like copper and coal. You're pushed toward the furnace that burns without killing and purifies by pain. 8. Court of the First Judge. King Qing Wang before the fire, there is law. King Qing Wang sits behind a desk, piled with scrolls that rustle without wind. He doesn't shout or pound, he speaks, and the floor seems to lean so you can hear. Your record is read, faults and favors, debts and gifts, and the balance tilts with each line. There's no jury. The writings you authored by living are enough. If your ledger shines, you may be redirected, reborn among good families, blessed with health or wisdom. But for most, the entries are mixed, leaning heavy in places where you thought no one was looking. Qingwang's pen scratches once, and iron doors unseal with a sigh. There's an odor like hot bronze and old incense. The clerk beside you says gently, "Correction first, mercy later." The guards don't drag you, they guide you, as if they were ushers in a theater, and you were late for a play you wrote by accident. Stone stairs descend, each step warmer than the last, until the air itself tastes like a spark. Ahead, light swells, orange, throbbing, alive. You've reached the furnace that remembers. 7. The chamber of burning flames. The floor web cracks with heat, and the furnace roars, a mouth big enough to swallow a temple. Souls who abused power, who lied for gain, who weaponized trust, are fed to fire that burns away everything but the truth. Skin chars, screams rise, forms collapse and reform, and yet you do not die. You repeat until the stain loosens its grip. To philosophers who wrote of Du, this isn't sadism, it's alchemy. Flame refines metal, they said. Why shouldn't it refine the soul? Each cycle peels off a layer of arrogance, then a layer of habit, then the last thin layer of the story you used to excuse yourself. What remains is raw and tender, and able maybe to recognize hurt before it causes it. When the furnace finally dimmers for you, you crawl out smoking and whole, the way bread emerges from an oven changed into what it was meant to be. You gasp for air and find none that comforts, because the next correction isn't heat, it's cold, the kind that whispers your name and steals it. 6. The ice world of Avicii. Frost breath becomes knives. The sky turns glassy white. This is where the cold-hearted are sent. Those who counted empathy as weakness, who walked past suffering because it was efficient. Here the wind is a blade that never stops cutting. Here the ground is a mirror that shows you as a statue of yourself. Beautiful and frozen, unable to lift a hand when someone calls. The cruelty of the place is its quiet. Fire demands you scream. Frost waits until you whisper, then takes the whisper too. Fingers blacken, tears freeze, and even regret moves slowly. Some kneel by instinct and try to warm the person next to them, realizing with a shudder that this urge, this late, aching kindness, is what the cold was designed to teach. At last, guards knock the ice from your shoulders and point toward a canyon where vast slabs of stone lean overhead like held breath. You've learned heat and cold. Now you'll learn weight, the kind you forced others to carry while you walked away. 5. The chamber of crushing mountains. Imagine a valley paved with the backs of promises. On either side, stone plates hang like thunderheads held by chains of prayer. Those who crushed others, under debts, under deadlines, under domination, are laid beneath the slabs. The mountains fall, bones crack, the soul reforms, the mountains fall again. It isn't endless, it's exacting. In this place, apologies matter, but not as much as comprehension. Each drop teaches proportion. This is what your pressure felt like to someone else. Between drops, the crushed are asked to speak the names of people they bent to breaking, out loud, carefully, like blessings. Many can't at first. The mountain helps them remember. When you rise, the guards don't look triumphant. They look tired, as if weight wears them too. They point toward a low, reeking marsh where bubbles burst with soft, awful sounds. If the mountain taught you what you imposed, the bog will show you what you indulged. 4. The pool of filth. The stench hits before the sight, a swamp of blood, rot, and everything cast off by pleasure. This isn't punishment for desire. It's punishment for gluttony and corruption, for using appetite as an excuse to take and take until other people's lives became your leftovers. Souls gulp, muck, sink, surface, are bitten by things that thrive on excess. Dignity is a memory with the sweetness boiled out. Down here, the lesson is discussed. At the world, then at yourself, then at the pattern that made both possible. Some find a sliver of grace by offering their small ration of clean water to another. The water tastes like truth. Others thrash and curse the swamp. It doesn't answer. Swamps never do. They only mirror what flows into them. When your mouth finally refuses the mud, a path opens between cattails made of ribs. It leads to a forest where the leaves are knives and the trunks are iron. If the bog showed you what happens when want goes wild, the grove will show you what happens when loyalty breaks. 3. The forest of knives and iron trees. The trees here are made to be climbed, and they hate you for it. Branches sprout blades that glitter like wet teeth. Those who betrayed, families, vows, friends who trusted them, are ordered up the trunks. Every grasp cuts, every slip wounds. If you stop, horned wardens hook you and hoist you higher, because progress without pain is what betrayal pretended to be. The worst part isn't the blood, it's the audience. Spirits watch from the roots, not to gloat, but to witness. In life, betrayal was often hidden. In death, it's staged. Somewhere mid-climb, many finally say the words they never said to the people they left bleeding. The leaves cut less after that. Or maybe the climber stops measuring. At the top, the view isn't sky. It's a hall glowing red like a sunrise inside a lantern. The hooks lower you gently, as if to say, enough. You've learned what breaking trust costs. Now you'll learn what it means to start over as someone else. 2. The Hall of Rebirth and Transformation. Rows of doors, each painted a different fate. A clerk reads your record and gestures. Insect, stray dog, hunted deer, a human life heavy with illness, a human life rich and tempting, a ghost hungry for scents it can't taste. Rebirth isn't random here. It's targeted, a curriculum designed to correct what remains crooked. For a few, the assignment is mercy, return among the kind, with a memory like an echo urging you to do good quickly. For many, it's friction, a body that fails, a family that needs, a lifetime that challenges you to notice others before yourself. The fortunate are tested, too. Gold is a subtler prison than chains, and compassion is harder when you could buy distance. Before you step through, the clerk pauses. There is one more court, he says. It doesn't decide your next life. It decides why. He points toward doors carved with dragons that breathe without moving. The room beyond is silent except for the rustle of paper and the sound a scale makes when it finally balances. 1. The Court of Yanluo. Final judgment. Yanluo Wang doesn't look like a monster. He looks like a judge who has read too many cases and still cares about each one. Lanterns hang above the bench with small souls flickering inside, each a memory set aside until it can be faced. Your scroll unfurls, every kindness, every harm, every thought that never made it to action but mattered anyway. He asks few questions. Mostly, he listens to what the record says, to what your face does when you hear it, to what your silence suggests you still don't understand. Some souls argue the law, others whisper apologies to the floorboards. The best answers aren't words. They're the shape your remorse takes, and whether it includes a promise. The gavel here isn't wood. It's time. With emotion you feel more than see. Yanluo assigns your path. Upward toward gentler cycles, downward for more work, or sideways into service, guiding the lost as a warden until you learn the mercy you once needed. As the bailiff opens the door, one truth follows like a shadow. No one escapes who they truly were, but anyone can become someone else. So if you stood tonight on Meng Po's bridge, would you drink? If you faced the mirror, could you watch without turning away? And when the last court called your name, would your record argue for you or against you? Down here, punishment isn't the point. Becoming is. If this dive into China's underworld hooked you, drop the level that shook you most in the comments. Then stick around for more dark corners of history. Subscribe to Civilization Deep Dives for the next journey. Because the deeper we go, the stranger it gets.